Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, March 25th. Similar to the last 2 days, we're just going to be looking at our newest IXL code, which is graphing in a full coordinate plane. So without further ado, this is what you will be looking at. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, go ahead, sign in. Again, sign in link is there. Today's code is going to be VHQ. VHQ, graph points on a coordinate plane. So the only thing that's different today, if you notice, is we have a full coordinate plane. So the last couple days, we've been only working within quadrant 1, which is this quadrant here, meaning all of our points have been positive. Now we're going to be working with coordinates that contain negatives. That's what happens when you open up a coordinate plane. Here we go. The same idea applies. This is called the origin, or 0, 0. It's where the two axes intersect, the y-axis and the x-axis. The first point is your x value. So what I'd like to do is I like to start at 0, and it looks like here I'm going to -5. Now +5 would mean I would be going right. -5 means I'm going left. So I'm just going to place a point here and delete it later just for reference. So this is where x is -5. Now I'm going up to where y is +8. So from here, I'm going to take that point away, go up to +8. So this is the point where x is -5 and y is +8. Click submit, and I have another one. Okay, so these 2 points are both negative. So again, starting at the origin, I'm going to where x is -1, which is right here to the left, and then I'm going to where y is -1. Now, if the negative x's are to the left, the negative y's are down. So notice that positives are up, negatives are down. So starting at the origin, I'm going to -1 on the x, -1 on the y, place a point, and click submit. So you'll be dealing with single coordinates in the first level. Notice my SMART score is only 19. Let's go ahead and jump a level. So once you hit a SMART score of 60, all you're going to be asked to do is basically plot more points. So here I'm plotting the point 4, 9. Here I'm plotting the point -2, -1. And here plotting the point 7, 2. You can notice that every time I do this, I start at 0, and I'm always traveling horizontally first to get my x coordinate, followed by vertically. All right. If we jump another level, this gets you to a SMART score of 81, which again, remember our goal is to get 85 because that's mastery. Again, it'll just kind of include some bigger numbers, -6, 1, -9, 10. All right, and submit. Cool. Now, okay, I'm glad that we got to this point. This is where I hope you all get to. So please don't stop when you get to this area. We have to have the ability to graph decimals. It is just the reality. When you get to Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 and beyond, you're going to have to be able to graph decimals. So here we go. Let's take a look at this first point, 3, 1.5. So I started 0, and I notice now that my coordinates are only labeled by 2. So when I count this, 1, 2, here's where x is 3. Now I'm going up 1.5. So that means I'm going up 1 whole unit and half a unit more. I'm placing a point. So again, this is the point 3 and 1.5. Let's take a look at the second point, starting at 0, 0. I'm going to -1.5 on the x. So that's -1 and 0.5 more. That's -1.5. And then from here, going up 4. That's that second point there. This last one, now what I notice is that these are both decimals, which means my point's going to be in the middle of a boxed unit. So I'll show you what I mean by that. If I start at 0, I'm going -1, -2, -3, and 0.5 more. So that's my x value of -3.5. And then down -1, -2, -3, -4, 0.5. Notice how that point is kind of like in the middle of this box unit. That's because both of these are decimals. Click submit, and on you go. Now there is a final level, and this is our challenge zone, and some of you have been going for those hundreds, which is awesome. Notice that it just asks you to graph more points, again with decimals involved. All right, that is your only practice for today, plotting in a full coordinate plane. Tomorrow, we will have our final practice of the week, which is completing a table and graphing points. It's going to connect what we were doing with function notation last week, just so that you are aware. So great job keeping up on all of your work. Please email with questions, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.